Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, be it albums, EPs, or singles, and after I listen to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get this week's first release. Kristian Stanfill of Passion's new solo album, Make It Out Alive. Kristian Stanfill of Passion's new solo album, Make It Out Alive, his first solo album in 11 years, even though, to be clear, he's been busy with Passion ever since. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here. Stylistically, it's a mix of alternative, worship, and contemporary. Also, some pop rock influence as well here, to a degree. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here, too. Kristian Stanfill talks about how when our faith is worn from our sin and hiding our pain that destroys our plans, we need to confide in Jesus, who in his unfailing love, mercy, and grace through the cross, where he took our sin and shame, knows us best, but still keeps his promise to stay with us, to forgive and cleanse us of our sin, to revive our hearts, give us strength to keep following him when the pain makes us weak, and ultimately restore us stronger on the other side of the pain. And we also need other people to support us through the pain. Up next, Upper Room's new EP. Upper Room's new EP, Moments, near 7. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good EP here, I would say, even if the songs can feel a little long at times. An hour and 2 minutes for 5 songs. But in spite of how long the songs are, pretty good songs here. Stylistically, definitely a alternative and contemporary influence worship sound here. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics here. Upper Room talks about how when we were hopeless in the dark, Jesus, in his unconditional sacrificial love, shed his blood on the cross so we can draw near to the Father, to know him, and passionately pour our love on him through praise. Up next, former 10th Avenue North lead singer Mike Donehey's new single, Yeshua, Friend of Sinners. So before I dive into my thoughts on former 10th Avenue North lead singer Mike Donehey's new single, Yeshua, Friend of Sinners, let me just say, I first decided to review this song after my mom told me I need to go and listen to this song. And thanks, Mom, for telling me I needed to go listen to this song, because Yeshua, Friend of Sinners, is a pretty good song here. Stylistically, definitely a contemporary pop rock worship song here. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics here. Mike talks about how even though Jesus knows all the sin in our hearts, he calls our names in love and mercy to cleanse us and resurrect us free from our sin, for us to belong to Jesus and for Jesus to belong to us. Really love the picture of Jesus' love pain here on this song. That yes, he knows how sinful we are. He knows us completely, but yet he loves us. That's a pretty amazing thought. Up next, former Buffalo Music member Jeremy Riddle's new album, Live from the Prayer Room. Jeremy Riddle's new album, Live from the Prayer Room. Let's dive into it. So I would say, pretty good album here overall. It can feel very dragged out, though, a lot of the time here. But overall, I would say a pretty good album here. Stylistically, definitely a alternative worship feel with definitely a noticeable degree of contemporary influence here as well. Definitely a softer album here for quite a bit of it. Like, I remember this Sunday morning before church, I was doing the sound lesson for it upstairs in my bedroom. And I'll tell you, it definitely had that relaxed feel that you would expect on a fall Sunday morning. And I even had my tea upstairs with me. So I would definitely mention that episode to describe the sound of this album. One track that stood out to me that I could see getting radio airplay is To Know and Make Known. I feel like that song has if it was to be cut a little shorter, I feel like could kind of work at radio with the sound of that one. As for the lyrics here, love the lyrics here. Jeremy talks about joyfully giving our lives to know and reflect Jesus through worshiping Him, for He is worthy, for how in His glorious love He sacrificially gave His blood on the cross and resurrected to give us access to God, redeem us free from sin, to rebirth us to be pure and reign forever. Up next, our last release for today, Ty Brazel's new album, Transcendent. Ty Brazel's new album, Transcendent. Let's dive into it. So, kind of a fun fact about this album here, before I get into my thoughts on it, is this is actually the third different release date that was given to this album. It was originally supposed to come out on August 26th, then October 7th, and now here it is, out on November 11th. So without further ado, let's get into my thoughts on Ty Brazel's album here. So, pretty good album here. Stylistically, definitely on the pop and hip-hop side of things. We also have trap, lo-fi, and R&B influence here. Definitely some harder-hitting moments, but then definitely some moments that are not as hard-hitting as well. Definitely electronic influence as well. That's another thing I would mention here, especially earlier on. Vocally here, mostly rapping and singing, but some straight-up rapping as well here. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Ty Brazel talks about how in the days of stressful trauma that could have taken him out, he had to put faith in God, who unfailingly protects Ty at all times, to bring Ty out into better days of chasing his goals of shining through rap, the light of Christ, who in His grace saved Ty. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for the start of Christmas videos. If you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. We put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's releases or what you may have said about them, let me know that in the comments below. Also in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome Christian Christmas releases from this year, 2022, that you want to see when I start doing Christmas videos next week for the next 5 weeks. Also, too, in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome Christian releases that come out between now, November 18th, and December 23rd, that you want to see in a post-Christmas video, where I review 5 Christian releases that I missed while doing Christmas music. So, I'm also taking requests for that now as well. Also, you can check out the playlist section for my Means of Muffin Dreams playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. And this month's edition of the playlist, which will stay the same through the end of the month, includes songs from artists like Firehouse, Slavster, Winger, Cinderella, White Lion, and others. So go and check that out if you're interested. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If I had to say a few things that I'm thankful for this year, I'm really thankful for, while I don't have a job yet and I'm still just volunteering, I am so thankful this year that I've finally gotten back to my pre-COVID level of volunteering. I'm thankful to God for having restored that to me and the opportunity to pursue my goals of what I hope to do for a job one day. Also, too, I'm thankful for the opportunities I've gotten to spend more time with my church family this year. Really have enjoyed spending time with my friends at church this year. And also, too, I'm, of course, thankful for all the releases I've gotten to review this year. So much good music has come out this year, and I really enjoyed reviewing every minute of it. So, happy Thanksgiving, y'all, and I'll see you next week for the first Christmas show of the year. Bye!